Hey everyone, it's Debbie Ann. I am back with a journal that I want to share with you. This one is listed on Etsy, and I just finished sharing the whole process for how I created this project over on Patreon. I showed how I gather my supplies and the thinking behind connecting the different items in it, and then I shared some small projects throughout, like the embellishments that I did. So it's a lot of fun. This one is probably one of the most embellished that I've done in a long time because I wanted to pack the entire series over there with some of my favorite ideas. So with this one, I used the cover from a book called Princess Zara, and the basic story is that she is a Russian princess who falls in love with a spy from another country. And from what I skimmed through in the story, he is based in America. So their story is about being reunited and beating the odds so that they can be together. And what I wanted to do with this is I wanted to weave the love story into a botanical theme journal. So I have used Floral Symphony for some of the printables in here, and I've used some pressed plants from my own backyard. Before we go inside, I want to show you this locket. It's an old pearl necklace that I had, and I switched out the toggle clasp at the top here for a heart-shaped one. And then on the inside, I had an old wedding photo. So this young couple is supposed to represent the princess and her beloved. And then I wanted to age the photos even more, so I added crackle accents on them. On the closure, I just have a cameo pin, and it's a little bit pink, and then the pearls match the necklace. And then these are just little diamonds because she is a princess. Normally I don't stuff my journals this much, but I made sure that all of the embellishments in here, or most of them, are removable so that if the recipient wanted to use this as a writing journal, you could take out all the things that make it bulk up so much, and it would be easier to write in. So because the story is about a young couple who is separated by long distances, I've added a lot of correspondence elements in here, like envelopes, postcards. The postage stamp here with the ship is just to reference the idea that perhaps she dreams of sailing overseas to be reunited with her beloved. There are some boho elements here, just some sari appliques, a few here and there. She's a princess, so she does a lot of traveling herself, so this would have been something she would have brought home. I really liked this envelope because it has this beautiful leaf design on the inside, so I wanted to showcase that, so I cut it open, and then I added a short passage that was at the beginning of the book itself. So I will read it to you. Two shall be born, the whole wide world apart, and speak in different tongues, and have no thought each of the other's being, and no heed. And these o'er unknown seas to unknown lands shall cross, escaping wreck, defying death, and all unconsciously shape every act, and lend each wandering step to this one end, that one day out of darkness they shall meet and read life's meaning in each other's eyes. And this was written in the early 1900s by Susan Mark Spalding. So I scanned it and printed it on vellum, and I wanted it to show the vintage envelope underneath. And this is just a little stem from a peony in my garden, just to go with the peony on the front here. So some of these are the Floral Symphony papers, and then there are just plain coffee dyed pages and pattern paper. These images were also from the book, and I scanned them and put them on vellum as well, and then the vintage tape technique. This is part of the Floral Symphony collection, and it's a coin pocket, and inside we've got 3 small tags, just blank on the back so that you can write little notes. This printable is called Botanical Whimsy. It's a set of 6, and they're in my Etsy shop, and they're from years ago, but I had printed a page and never used it in a past project, so I included them in here. They just go so well. And this is a tag I made out of wallpaper from Emily at Ephemera's Treasures. She has great wallpaper bundles that coordinate in color. So it's just some lace there and a leaf on a wire. Over here I created a tuck spot out of a postcard that I angled so that I could still see the postage stamp at the top and be able to fit a small cluster on the bottom. This is a pressed branch from a burning bush in my yard, and it's just on a very old envelope. So you can do some journaling on the back. This gorgeous book page is also from Ephemera's Treasures. This is from a book page bundle that she has in her Etsy shop. Another pressed plant. This time I created a window and then put in the acetate to cover it. And the tag itself is just made from the back of a larger envelope. I had used the front of the envelope in another project, so I just folded this up and created the window and then the acetate. This is from the Stamperia paper pad called Spring Botanic. I just added a postage stamp because these cards don't need any help at all. Over here I made a small collage cluster with a stamp and some packing paper in a dark green, some vintage tape. Same thing on the back. Again, a wallpaper tag. This one here is kind of like an embossed wallpaper. This tuck spot was also made with the Spring Botanic papers and a printed postcard that I had with some tape and a book page. And all I did with the tag is embellish it a little bit with this little die cut stem and some lace and a button. And these peek out at the top of the book. Another vellum image. Glassine envelope that I coffee dyed. Here's another one of the slanted postcard clusters. So we've got lovers and a couple of postage stamps and a ticket. And this is from a fuchsia. This is pressed honeysuckle. On this one I just added a couple of stamps. This one here from the Stamperia paper pad was a circle, and I added just ribbon and a little piece of lace there. Postcard and book page. And this one is also very similar to the other ones. And this is from a rose bush in my yard. This is also from a shrub in my front yard. Another postcard and a book page. And this one has a small sari applique and some lace there and the little die cut stem. And then on the back cover I created a belly band out of this gorgeous golden ribbon. Added a little bit of lace on the top and bottom of it in the heart shape. This was a blank button card, and I had these very masculine looking buttons and the little clips, so I added them to the card because I liked the colors and I wanted this to represent perhaps something that her beloved would have worn. This bookmark was made with the Stamperia paper. I just added the eyelet and ribbon here in a longer length just to make it look a little bit wispy and airy, and then just lace on the bottom. And then this is a piece of hanky that I folded to make it look like it's an actual full hanky, and this would represent perhaps a hanky that he gave her as a gift, or that this was the one she had on her when they first met. This one was a lot of fun to make. I have something else that I'm starting to plan. In the meantime, please stay well. I know these are some very uncertain times for all of us, but we will get through it. Thanks for watching. Bye.